Hello and thanks for stopping by. I've collected a bunch of games over the past month. Things have been building up in a box here, and I wanted to go through some pickups. This will close out my month of June pickups from a variety of game stores and some thrift stores, stuff like that. We'll start with the Atari 2600. I found a copy of Enduro. It's an Activision game. It's a racing game. Didn't have it in the collection, so I'm happy to get it. I also found a copy of Decathlon. Brings me one step closer to potentially having a complete Activision collection. We'll see. I also picked up the game Battlezone. This is a clean copy. It's a silver label. Played this one when I was younger. It's been a long time, but I'm happy to get this one. I also picked up my first Genesis game. I haven't picked up Genesis games in many years, but I came across Hard Drivin' in a case with a manual. If anybody's played this before in the arcade, you know it's a polygon game that's reasonably difficult. You just drive a car around a track. Happy to get this one. I picked up Operation Wolf for the NES, and it came with a manual, which is always a plus. Wasn't very expensive, and it was in good shape. I haven't played this game since I was probably 12, and I seem to remember it being a little clunky, but we'll see. I picked up a bunch of PlayStation games across a bunch of different systems. For the PS1, I found a copy of Pro Pinball Big Race USA. This is a pinball game related around cars and racing, I guess. I did another Pro Pinball review recently. I'm willing to bet this is the same game with a different table. I found an SSI strategy game called Panzer General. I had this for PC a long time ago, and it's basically a hexagonal grid combat where you move units around a map. It's like a massively complex game of chess, and different units have different statistics, and those statistics are compounded by different types of terrain you might wander over. And the goal is, this is World War II, and you need to beat the enemy. You need to destroy whatever force is across from you in the map, basically. Pretty interesting. Happy to get it. For the PlayStation 2, I found a bunch of success here as well. I got a strategy game called Star Trek Conquest. Interesting to see how this is going to play out. I know there are a bunch of Star Trek games out there. Some are really good, some maybe not so much. So we'll see where this one falls. I got a copy of Second Sight. This is a shooter game, and I believe it has some horror elements to it. So I'm interested in checking this one out. Very clean copy. Found a copy of Armored Core 2. This is a mech strategy type game. They've had lots of different games for the series. I think from the PS1 all the way probably to the PS4 plus other systems. Pretty popular, at least if you're into this type of game, I suppose. I'm always interested to give a good mech game a try. I found a Dungeons & Dragons game called Demon's Stone. I don't know exactly how this one plays. I'm not sure if it's closer to Gauntlet or if it's possibly just a role-playing experience. We'll see. I found a copy of Robotech Battlecry for the PS2. I have this on other systems. I believe I had a copy on Xbox back in the day. I do recall it as being a decent game. You get to transform a mech and fly around and shoot stuff. So, what more could you ask for? I got a copy of Myst 3 Exile. I played the first Myst game. I can't say I've beaten it, but I've played it. There were many different releases for different consoles over the years. I'll be curious to see how this one stacks up. Next, I got a copy of X-Men Legends. There were a few X-Men Legends games, if I recall. This was the first one, and I think it was considered the best, but I guess I'll have to do some more research in that area. I also got a copy of Star Wars Clone Wars Republic Heroes. I'm not a fan of the original Star Wars trilogy by any means, but some of the games I heard were okay. We'll see how this one stacks up. I also got a few PS4 games. Pretty good sale on Amazon a few weeks back, and it's hard to pass up certain items when they're under $20. I got Predator Hunting Grounds. I saw some reviews online and it seemed to be pretty cool. I also got a game called Terminator Resistance, which I believe was hard to find for a while, but then I found it on Amazon, which made it really easy to find, so I can't explain that. I also got a copy of Ghosts of Tsunishima, which was a top-tier game. Came out about a year ago, I believe. Lots of accolades. I won some awards. This was under $20. I had to scoop it up when I could. Absolutely. Next, I got a couple of Xbox games. Xbox games generally are less expensive than other consoles, and in a lot of ways they're better. It's interesting. I got Star Wars Starfighter Special Edition for the Xbox. I also got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the Xbox, and this looks like a cel-shaded fighter. So I'm interested to see how this one works. I'm always a fan of the Turtles, have been for years. I've got a couple of 360 games. These are probably potentially the finds of my month, but I guess the first one is questionable. I got Kinect Adventures. It was $2. I have a Kinect, don't have a lot of games for it. I don't think there were a lot released, but this was considered one of the better ones, I guess. I got a copy for $2. I couldn't pass it up. But for $2, I also got a copy of Marvel Ultimate Alliance and Forza Motorsport 2. These were in the same case. These were released together. I've played Marvel Ultimate Alliance before, at least on I think it was the straight Xbox that I played it on. This is the 360 version. This is a great game. I'm excited to get it. To be coupled with Forza Motorsport 2? That's pretty weird. Two very different games in the same package. Unique. Interesting. I also got a few Xbox One games. I got a copy of a game called Monstrum. This is a horror game I saw a review for online and it looked like it was my sort of thing. And I also got a copy of Technomancer. I can't say I know much about Technomancer except the description I understood was it's similar to a Demon's Souls or a Dark Souls perhaps. And that's pretty much a good enough description for me to get into a game. Well, those are the remaining pickups I got this past month. We'll see how yard sales shake out over the next few. But thank you for stopping by to give this a look, and I will catch you on another video.